Water parks are a popular destination for friends and families to have fun and cool off during the hot summer. However, unfortunately, there has been terrible incidents that have occurred throughout the years at water parks that resulted in injuries and even fatalities. These incidents have been caused by a variety of factors, including mechanical failures, inadequate safety measures, and human failure. While these incidents are relatively rare, they serve a reminder of the importance of safety at water parks and the need for strict regulations and safety standards. In today's video, we will explore some of the most notable water park incidents, so sit back, relax, grab a snack, and let's get started.
There's nothing in the world like Action Park.
Become an action family with over 50 exciting rides.
Action Park was an amusement park operated in New Jersey from 1978 to 1996. The park was known for its rides, including its water attractions. However, there were many accidents and injuries that occurred at the park, leading it to gain a reputation as one of the most dangerous water parks. In fact, there were several fatalities that occurred at Action Park due to ride malfunctions, drowning, and other accidents. One of the most well-known incidents involved 19-year-old George Larson Jr., who was killed on the Alpine Slide, a ride that sent riders down a concrete track on a sled. Unfortunately, the brake on George's sled was broken, which evidently caused his sled to run off track. He fell into an embankment and hit his head on a rock, an injury that sent him into a coma and died a week later. Over the course of Action Park's 18-year run, they were responsible for 3 drownings, 1 in the Roaring Springs and 2 in the tidal wave pool, which is known for its powerful waves and was often overcrowded. Several other people suffered injuries and near drownings. On July 24, 1982, a 15-year-old boy by the name of George Lopez was the first to drown in the wave pool, and just a few days later on August 1st, a man by the name of Jeffrey Nathan was killed while on the kayak experience, an attraction that saw 20 kayaks travel a distance of 1,000 feet of rapids. These rapids, as it turns out, was generated by underwater fans. Nathan reportedly flipped out of the kayak, a common occurrence for riders of this attraction, and while he was in the water trying to get back onto his kayak, one of the underwater fans short-circuited, electrocuting him. He went into cardiac arrest and died shortly after. Now let's talk about the infamous cannonball loop, responsible for many bruises, bloody noses, and other injuries. The slide looks something straight out of a cartoon. When the slide was first finished, they used dummies as test subjects, and found out they kept getting mutilated in some way or another. Eventually, the park founder Glenn Mavihill incentivized his teen employees to try the slide by waving $100 bills in their face. He saw that his employee came out alive, so he opened it to the public. I want to say about 90% of people who went down this slide got injured, with many cases of bloody noses, missing teeth, and broken bones. Yeah, this slide just wasn't safe to go down. Additionally, the management of the park was criticized for the lack of safety measures and inadequate training for employees. The park was shut down in 1996 and is known for the most dangerous water park with a body count of 6. They tried bringing Action Park back in June of 2014 with Andy Mavihill, the son of the past owner. The reputation of Action Park was already destroyed and the park closed 2 years later, in May 29, 2016.
So I gotta ask you, because Action Park got a bit of a reputation back, some people got injured. How are you addressing the safety this time around?
Well, that was 30 years ago. The world has changed. I mean, when my dad started the park, he was the guy inventing the rides and bringing inventors in. Now it's highly regulated, everything's engineered. We've brought back all the thrills, but none of the spills.
So I will be...
Remember the best times we ever had.
Schlitterbahn is an American brand of water parks and resorts that originated in Texas, with the first water park opening in 1979 in New Braunfels. And ever since, the company expanded, opening one park outside of Texas in Kansas City, which was announced in September of 2005 by the company, saying it was going to be their biggest water park with a $750 million budget, but only using $180 million. The park opened to the public in 2009, but lived a short lifespan of 9 years. The park is now abandoned and is just known for its terrible incident. On August 7, 2016, what was supposed to be a fun day out for a family became a tragedy when 10-year-old Caleb Schwab was tragically killed while riding the world's tallest water slide. The Verrückt, which translates to crazy in German, stands at 167 feet tall and was ranked as the world's tallest water slide by the Guinness Book of World Records. The slide features multi-person rafts that's supposed to carry a weight of 400 to 450 pounds minimum, nothing higher or lower. and can have a max speed of 70 miles per hour. The raft that 10-year-old Caleb was riding was reportedly 95 pounds overweight, and the raft went airborne. He flew out of the raft and hit a metal pole supporting a safety net, resulting in his decapitation and instant death. And yes, the two people sitting behind him saw all of this go down. Ever since this tragedy, they closed down the Varut slide, and 2 years later in 2018 closed down the park completely, leaving it abandoned.
What are you gonna get into this summer?
Waterworld, California is a water park located in Concord, California. It is part of the Six Flags Hurricane Harbor chain and offers a variety of water attractions including water slides, wave pools, lazy rivers, and kiddie areas. It is open seasonally during the summer months and is a popular destination for friends and families. The park is still open to this day and is known for an incident that happened over 20 years ago. On June 2, 1997, the Banzai pipeline collapsed after seniors from Napa High School piled into the water slide in an attempt to break a school record of the largest clog, hoping for a count of 70 people. A section of the slide gave way and collapsed due to the weight of the students, all of whom had congregated in a section in particular, resulting in the group falling several meters to the ground. The collapse of the water slide resulted in 32 injuries and the death of 18-year-old Quimby Ganali. It was stated that the slide experienced weight 3 times greater than what it was designed for, and many of the injured suffered back and rib injuries. Medical officials said the most seriously injured suffered multiple fractures and neck injuries and were evacuated by helicopter.
33 students who had crowded together against regulations brought about the collapse of this water slide. This shows what can happen when people insist on pushing the envelope of safety.
Welcome to Ramayana Waterpark, Thailand's biggest water park, a perfect destination for young and old.
Pattaya Waterpark is a water park and amusement park located in Jomtien Beach in Thailand. It opened in 1995 and ever since been entertaining locals and tourists with various water slides, pools, and other attractions. Okay, I'm pausing it right here. I'm just going to say this one right here, this one might be the craziest story I'm going to cover. This one to me is just wild. On July 13, 2009, 14-year-old Nathan Clark dropped his goggles at the bottom of the pool and he went down to retrieve them. It is reported that the goggles went down this crack of this gate, so he decided to remove the gate to get his goggles, immediately getting sucked into the pool pump. Members of his family tried telling the staff, but the staff refused to listen to their pleas for help because they didn't believe an accident like this could happen. Nathan's father, Jim Clark, a tunnel engineer, had dived in to try and save him, but couldn't find no trace of his son. The family stated that it took the lifeguards and staff 30 minutes just to go check the pump room, where they found the body of the 14-year-old. And the fucked up thing about this was right after this happened, literally less than 24 hours, they basically told him, hey, I'm sorry about what happened to your son, but do you want money from us? Now that's just fucked up, man.
What does it feel like to fly? To reach new heights? To face your fears? To race?
Six Flags is an American amusement park corporation headquartered in Arlington, Texas. It has properties in Canada, Mexico, and the United States. Six Flags owns the most theme parks and water parks combined of any amusement park company. There's over 27 Six Flags in the US, and I think they have 60 reported deaths. I saw something like that. I could be completely wrong though. I'm going to talk about the incident that happened at the Six Flags in Georgia, taking place on June 28, 2008. 17-year-old Asia LaShawn Ferguson, a visitor from North Carolina, came over to Georgia with his family and a friend of his to go to Six Flags to go ride some of the rides. During that time, one of the most popular rides at Six Flags was the Batman roller coaster, which was released in 1993, and the ride is actually the first inverted roller coaster and the first roller coaster where riders travel on the outside of a vertical loop with speeds of 50 miles per hour. Asia and his friend went to go ride the Batman roller coaster, and while on the ride, Asia lost his hat, so he went to go look for it after the ride. He scaled the 2 fences blocking the ride to get his hat back. The hat happened to be under the ride, where he got struck in the head by one of the trains and was decapitated. Reports say no one riding on the roller coaster was injured, and the other teen who also entered the restricted area was not injured as well. Bro, this ride is fucking dangerous because this is not the only case. In May 2002, 58-year-old groundskeeper Samuel Milton was killed after he wandered a restricted area under the Batman roller coaster's path and was struck in the head by a dangling leg of one of the passengers and died instantly.
Asia Ferguson of South Carolina was decapitated and killed after he was struck by the ride moving at roughly 50 miles an hour. Authorities say Ferguson had just ridden the coaster and had jumped 2 fences afterward to get a hat he'd lost. The accident was on the minds of people heading to the park on Sunday.
And that will do it. That's the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and if you have any water park horror stories, feel free to leave it in the comments. And also, if you go to a water park, just be careful, please. Just be careful. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.